Ladies and gentlemen, I am the Crypto Crow. So, I actually have a list of things that I want to talk about tonight, or this afternoon rather. It's only 12:30. It feels so much later, but it's really not. It's probably the perfect time. I got a couple yawns out. Hopefully, well, yep. There it is. Hopefully that'll be the last one. I'm not even going to talk about those. Things are looking up, folks. I mean, if we're going to go over, the first thing I want to talk about a little bit is just the market. And, if you look, it's a green day. It was a green day yesterday. Bitcoin hit as high as $8,500 yesterday. And it's, things are kind of taking another little dip. Here's the thing, like I've been saying for the last few days, I don't think this is the prelude to the big bull run up. Again, it's only the 7th, and I think we've got another week to go until we start seeing some serious growth. And, there are still people out there running, different technical analysis on the market and things, and they're still seeing Bitcoin hitting, $5,000, $3,000. I mean, you're seeing all kinds of crazy shit. I don't necessarily think that's going to be the case, but I don't think that we're going to have a big bull run up just yet. I just don't. And so we'll see how it all pans out, but don't get overly excited just yet. We're seeing a lot of positive news hit the market. We're seeing, we're seeing a lot of the things that it takes, but I think that I'm going to be real honest. Like, I think that the general market right now and the big whales and the people who really have the ability to pump this market quickly, they're waiting for something. What are they waiting for? I think they're waiting for the 16th. I think they're waiting to get in and see what happens with the market kind of going up and down and playing around until probably the 14th, 15th. And, it's just a guess. But, and I could be way off, but we'll see. I think I'm batting pretty well on my general predictions for the market, but, like I said, we'll see. Last night, I tell you what, guys, I had finished shooting that video, and, I've seen some people like, I missed where he's talking about how do you make 20 grand, being a subscriber. I'm like, how could you possibly miss that? The idea is that if you subscribe to my channel using the notification bell, you will be notified the second I go live for a live broadcast. And if that live broadcast happens to be an ICO review, think of it like a grab bag. You never know what you're going to get when I go live. It could be an opportunity to make a bunch of money. It could be just me rambling about my emotions. It could be anything, okay? So, and that's the thing. Like I said, I want to have some fun with the channel. And so, if you happen to be in the live broadcast while I'm doing an ICO review or a coin review, if you have your Ethereum address ready and I ask for it, there's a good chance that you could get, probably like an Ethereum worth of a new ICO coin that could ultimately make you some money. So that's what that's all about. If you haven't watched the video, I welcome you to do so. I sat down after I finished shooting it, and I'm like, man, I'm going to have to edit this. And I realized to edit that video meant two things. Either, one, it meant another like 2 hours before I could even upload it. And when I shoot a video through Streamlabs, when I shoot it and it goes into the file, it's like a 20, 30 minute video might only be like 300 megabytes flash file. But when I edit it and re-export it out of the editing software, it becomes like a 3 to 4 gig file, which means it ends up taking like 4 hours to upload instead of 25 minutes. So I took all those factors into account, and I'm like, and the other side of that is like, look, this is me right now. Whether it's the testosterone, the hormones, like everything going around. Somebody tuning into this is probably going to think I'm like pulling a Caitlyn Jenner thing. It's nothing like that. Just got off testosterone a few weeks ago, and it's been affecting me. Just so for any of you newcomers, I'm not planning on posting for Playboy or Hustler or anything nude anytime soon. Man, I watched Dave Chappelle's Netflix special last night and had me crying. Funniest dude, man. I mean, I cannot watch that guy at night because he just gets me so riled up and just cracking up, dying. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. It's on Netflix. Also, another show I've been watching on Netflix is Carbon. Shit. I can't even remember the daggone name now. Basically, it's a show about the future. And, you know, when you die, you don't necessarily die. Your spirit is contained, your soul, your conscious mind is contained in this little chip that is implanted in your spine at the base of your neck. And that, you know, when your body dies, they call them sleeves, because when your body dies, you just put your mind in a new body, whatever's available. And it's kind of a crazy show. My wife and I have been trying really hard to get into it just because of the premise and the future and the sci-fi. She's not even a big sci-fi fan, but I love it. But it's definitely more of a show to kind of watch at night on your laptop while you're falling asleep. I mean, it's like everything seems to kind of run together in the show. I hate to give it a bad review, but it's just not, it's not grabbing us. And I thought it would be crazy because, I mean, there were a lot of viral videos about this whole new future tech basically living forever, and people thought it was real, and it was just a promo. It was a clever viral promo for this TV show. It's very well done, and I'm going to continue watching it, but I think like as something that my wife and I want to watch together, and we're all excited, like Walking Dead and stuff like that. We're just probably going to watch it at night as we fall asleep, so every episode will take us like a week to watch. And anyway. Okay, so, but yeah, look, guys, I really appreciate all of the I've read so many of your emails and the comments, and yeah, I'm glad I uploaded the video because, you know, look, there's just so much opportunity staring us in the face right now, and I'm glad to see that so many of you share in the, I gotta stop saying so much. Sorry, I know I do that constantly. But it's good to know that there are so many people out there that really want to use the opportunity to help their families and help other people and to pay things forward, because I do feel it's a strong responsibility for everybody that gets a leg up. Don't become one of these, you know, when I see so many, you know, wealthy people. Like I know some wealthy people that are very, very good people, but then I know a lot of other wealthy people, and typically it's the wealthy people that were kind of born into a wealthy situation. They're just snobbish, snotty pricks, drug heads, like just losers, I know a guy whose parents own a company locally. They make millions and millions, maybe even billions, I don't know. And their son, he's like Tommy Boy. I mean, he's probably close to my age, but he's still like a heavy metal burnout, dating teenage girls and driving around in flashy cars. The guy's a total bum. Like, he's a bum, but he's a bum with money. And it's almost like his parents just feed him cash and do whatever he wants just to keep him out of their ass. That's my guess. And it's like, it's so easy. Like with our kids, I don't care if I've got $30 million in the bank. You want something expensive, you better get out in the yard and work for it. I mean, get a job, do whatever. Like, you know, my stepson, I mean, he's 15, and, you know, hell, he's going to want a car. I don't care how much money I got. You know what I mean? Hell, my mom had to use my grocery money to buy me a bicycle. You're not getting all that stuff just handed to you. I'll get you the junkiest piece of shit but safe vehicle that you can get, and anything you want better than that's coming out of your own damn paycheck. And that's just all there is to it. I'm not going to raise a whole bunch of entitled little brats. That's just not my goal. And, you know, I could be rich. Doesn't mean my kids are. You haven't done anything. We gave you life. We fed you all these years. You're going to make your own way. I'm more than happy to help you with guidance and advice and tender love and care. But outside of that, I'm not cutting you a check for shit. You want it, you're going to have to figure out how to get it. And that's what's going to make you strong. So, you know, that's just the way I see things. And anyway, off of that ramble, looks like crypto's got a new hero. Giancarlo 2020. Crypto world has a new hero, the head of the CFTC. So I did not, admittedly, I was busy, and I really wanted to watch this. And I never even thought that I would be able to watch this whole thing on C-SPAN. But this sounded like it was a lot of fun. Like, I mean, as fun as something on C-SPAN could be. But But yeah, basically this guy, Giancarlo, addressed the Senate Committee on Banking, Housing, and Urban Affairs in what was one of the most important public discussions about how regulators should treat cryptocurrency, blockchain technology, and ICOs. Basically, this guy just kept it real. And while some of these, like, let's just call them Chads. I have a nickname for people. And sorry, if your name is Chad, I'm sure you're fine. But anytime I see like one of these preppy guys in a lacrosse shirt, and he's just kind of a douche, like looking for his next line of blow, his name's Chad. Like, so I call a lot of these tools and government Chads. They're just, these entitled people that are so out of touch, and that's just kind of, yeah, sorry, don't hate me for that, but that's just kind of, it's like a running joke with my wife and I. Like, we will run out and we'll meet somebody like Chad. So anyway, the discussion was called Virtual Currencies, the oversight role of the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission and the U.S. Commodity Futures Trading Commission. The opening remarks were made by SEC head Jay Clayton, and Giancarlo took the floor after him. As you can imagine, the expectations of crypto enthusiasts were that they would hear the usual FUD speech, like the one given on the same day by the head of the Bank of International Settlements, full of skepticism towards the new technology. But basically, that's not the case, man. I mean, this guy, he was talking about his niece. He was trying to get his kids and his niece and everybody, into the stock market, and they all snubbed their nose at it, and they're like, no. And then he finds out that they're like all about the cryptocurrency market, and that this is basically the economy of the future. Like, it's the economy of the kids. It's the economy of those with foresight. It's the economy of those who are looking past our current societal state, right? Like that. And he recognized that. And he basically said, look, this is the interest of our youth. This is the interest this is the interest in economy that we've been looking for, to get our young people involved. And I support it. And I think it's going to do great. And, he called it transformational and all this other stuff. So, yeah, man, I mean, that I think is what caused this initial, increase in market activity. But I still don't think we're quite there yet. I'm seeing videos now, like to the moon, to 50,000, 2018. It's like, yeah, I think that's all possible long term, and I think it's probably going to happen this year. But like I said, I don't see this really starting to take off for another week or so. Okay. This is something that I was thinking last night. Is, man, why don't they use the blockchain for presidential elections? Why don't they just nip the whole idea, and I mean quantum proof blockchain? Like, I know that Cardano, I'm pretty sure they're working on trying to make Cardano quantum proof, and there are some others as well. But why don't we? And not necessarily, like, I think there are ways to handle an election on the blockchain without using a currency. But I'm just saying that, I know quantum hacking and things like that is a fear, moving forward down the road as we continue to create new technology in the space. But I would not mind seeing, a presidential election handled on the blockchain, and just kind of nip all of the this was rigged, this was hacked, this was this and another thing. Especially, what better way to usher in the masses to the cryptocurrency space? Like, they were talking in that article about some of these regulators expecting the cryptocurrency market to see, $20 trillion, to become a $20 trillion market. Absolutely. What better way than to educate people on how to use this app to place your electoral votes, your whether it's for mayor or the president, or like test blockchain voting in different markets, Las Vegas, like in Nevada, use the blockchain for some stuff out there, Wyoming, Colorado. Let's get some of these states that are really supportive of the blockchain technology and the blockchain space to start practicing using, let's run some tests, some experiments in voting using the blockchain. That's just my thing. I think that I think we're headed there. But then I saw this. I was thinking about that last night, and while I was getting ready for this video, I was thinking. So I Googled it, and this is one of the first things that came up. It's basically somebody saying, no, we don't want voting on the blockchain because hackers love chaos, and all sorts of reasons. So if you're interested in that article, it's on Hacker Noon. Personally, I think that there are ways to make it secure. And I don't think it could be any less secure than what we've got right now. And if anything, a lot more efficient. So, man, I will tell you guys, profit trailer sales are booming. I mean, you guys are buying up a lot of profit trailer and profit feeder, and good on you, because you guys can see what's going on. I mean, actually, I turned off my thing, but I need it now. Oh, no, it's on the other one. So let me pull something up here real quick. Really quick. All right, so right now, yeah, so profit trailer is still about $245, which, it's still cheap. It's still dirt cheap. And I saw some people like, how could you lie to people? You can't make your $200 back in an hour, so forth and so on. You would need it. And it's like, man, you obviously haven't used profit trailer. You can, the days that I made like the $1,500 in a single day, that happened over the course of me sleeping, just so you know. And I used like 0.6 Bitcoin to make that happen. So to tell me that anything is impossible with profit trailer, you don't know what the hell you're talking about, and you haven't used it. And if anything, you're probably like trying to push some other trading bot that you created like in an hour, late night, loaded up on Mountain Dew, and you're trying to, I don't know, like whatever your mission or your goal is, you obviously haven't used it. So and I just get rid of people like that when they just blow, just hateful, ignorant. I just get rid of it. Because if I know you don't know what you're talking about, I just pretty much get rid of you. Let's see. I want to talk a little bit about a couple things here. So on my Patreon group, there's a guy who he's been messaging me, and he's a guy, he's waiting to invest in the fund, and I got a bunch more stuff from my lawyer last night. But we're still not ready. I might be 45 by the time my lawyer actually gets around to finishing all this stuff. But, there's one of these guys who he's an ex-military guy, big as shit, like just a jacked up mofo, man. But, me talking about, testosterone and the hormones and things, he's went through a lot of that himself. And I'm like, dude, you've obviously made your testosterone work out for you. But apparently he used to be a personal trainer and all kinds of other stuff. But anyway, I don't think he realizes that I read all his messages. I read a lot of your messages, guys, just so that you know. I just may not respond to everything because sometimes I just don't even know what to say. But he was talking about, he sent me some links, and he was talking about charity and how his son suffers from autism. And, he's hoping to do really well in the market because he wants to be able to contribute more to autism. And he was telling me that he actually held a charity last year for these guys, autismspeaks.org. And, he ultimately was able to generate about $3,000 for the charity. And I thought, you know what? I mean, the least I could do is just put it up here for anybody else that might want to contribute or help out. Autism Speaks. I was reading through some of this stuff. It's funny because I don't know a whole lot about autism, but what I do know is, well, not much, to be quite honest with you. And which is one of the reasons why I went to this website and I'm, how do you get involved and, learn more about it? I get the general idea of autism, but if I unless I'm misunderstood, or I'm just completely ignorant, which could very, very well be the case. But I know that there are a lot of different forms of autism, like Asperger's is one. And, I've met some people with Asperger's, and they come off really awkward and weird. And you don't realize that they have Asperger's. The Asperger syndrome is basically somebody could be talking your ear off and not have a clue that you don't give a shit. It's it's much deeper than that. But the idea is they're just very socially unaware. But they can be brilliant at the same time. So, there are a lot of people that suffer with autism, and if you have any interest at all, I would suggest you check out this website. There's the URL right there. And another one that this is one that I mentioned yesterday, but I wasn't prepared for yesterday at all. I wasn't planning on making it a big preachy thing, but I mean, like I've sat down and went through the Shriners Burns site and just, I'm not going to say I bawled, but just me being here gets me a little fused, so I'm not staying here long. But knowing what the Shriners Hospital does to help kids, and I know people who have gone and used my wife, that's right, my wife, when she was 3, I guess her mom was cooking. And I completely forgot about this. Oh my God. I wasn't even thinking about this at all yesterday. It just came to me again. So when my wife was, I think she was 3, maybe 4. I know she was young. And her mom was cooking. And somehow, I don't remember exactly how this happened, but a pot of boiling water got dumped all over my wife's back. I don't remember if she was reaching for it and pulled it down on herself. I don't remember exactly what happened. But they went to the Shriners Burn Hospital, and my wife flat out said they did everything. Like, my wife has no scars. My wife's back is completely normal now. But she had to go through a lot of stuff, man. And like early on, skin grafts and all kinds of stuff. And she did it all at the Shriners Burn Hospital, and they did not charge her a dime. They did not charge her a dime, which is huge. It's huge. And they do other stuff. I mean, it's like, man, if you're in the mood to give, call today. Like, I actually have some plans on some things that I want to do in the future. And, here's the thing, guys. When you guys are making all this money in crypto, whether you're in my fund or you're going it alone and you guys make some profit, you're going to need some write-offs. Here's 2. I'm pretty sure 100% of whatever you donate to any charity, it's a write-off. And you're going to need some, especially if you're in big profit or you're making big profits and you're not holding everything for a year, so forth and so on. You're going to need write-offs, and if you need write-offs, well, what better way than to help some other folks, man? I mean, especially group, and that's my biggest thing. I am so weary of charities because there are so many charities. Like, I do not send a dime to any of the shit that I see on national TV, because 95% of them, in my opinion, from what I've gathered, are all bogus. Like they'll ask you, send so much a day and, contribute $100 and do that. And then you find out like 99% of it just went into paying for the next run of national ads when very, very little of what you contributed actually went to the charity. That kind of stuff makes me sick. And, so I just I don't contribute to that stuff. If I'm going to contribute to a charity, I want to make sure that I know for a fact the money's going to where it's supposed to be going. And I know that like Shriners Burn Hospital does exactly that. So, and I haven't called them. I haven't talked to them like, hey, can I promote you? I haven't said, hey, I'm going to talk about you. Nothing. Like, I just think that this is a very, very worthwhile cause. And I know that, and it's not even because I'm a Mason that I care about the Shriners Hospital. If anything, a part of why I became a Mason was because of Shriners Hospital and what they do. And I've been a Mason now for I'm not active at the moment. But I did, because I moved from Indiana to Cincinnati and I'd filed a demit, and then I was going to go back and join the Halliburton Lodge, which is downtown Cincinnati, which is actually the Taft Theater. If you're around this area, my wife and I actually got married at the Masonic Lodge there downtown Cincinnati at the Taft Theater. And it was great because like I saved a fortune. Like if you're a Mason, you get married down there, you save a fortune. And it was beautiful and it was great. So anyway, yeah, check this out, guys, and check out Autism Speaks, and pitch in, enjoy some write-offs and make that money. Now, something else that I wanted to do is I am looking for a blockchain developer that's interested in some kind of partnership. I want to create a real, legitimate crypto crow proof of stake coin. And I'm not exactly sure what it's going to take to do that. It doesn't necessarily have to be a stealth coin, but I just want to create a coin, and I'm not even exactly sure 100% what I want to do with it, what I want it to do. And it doesn't necessarily have to be its own blockchain. It could be an ERC20 fork. I don't care so much about that. But I would like to, I'm going to try to figure out a way to create a coin, and because I see a lot of stuff on, I see a lot of people like, oh, you've already helped my family so much. Oh, you've helped me make money, and you've helped me do this, and you've helped me do that. And rather than just accept like a lot of YouTubers, like they have their Ethereum address, their Bitcoin address, and so forth and so on. They're like, go ahead and tip me. And I had some up there when I first got started, but I'm like, you know what? It's not even worth the space. But I'm thinking, man, it would be cool if I had a proof of stake coin, a way to build the community, a way to get everybody in the murder of crows involved, and just start building something together. I mean, why not? It'd be fun, even if it was a way to where like I give out the coins initially, like I give everybody enough coins to launch their own masternode. And like we do a course where, I teach you how to set up your Crypto Crow masternode and then find uses for it. Maybe we have a separate community specifically for the growth of the coin. And then take a percentage of what kind of money or any potential profits are made and use them where we all agree once a month on making a deposit into a charity group. There's just a lot of different things that we can do. And I think that would A, be fun, B, I think it'd be lucrative. And I think it would be a really cool way of helping other people, furthering the Crypto Crow community, all that stuff. So if you are a blockchain developer and you're interested in talking about helping to set something like this up, let me know. You can email me and we'll go from there. So I just wanted to kind of go over the current news and what's going on. And I'll cut it short here. There's some other stuff that I'll probably be going over soon, but I'm going to wait a little bit. So in the meantime, I hope you guys are enjoying today, and it's hump day. So I was going to say do a lot of humping, but I don't know if I should really tell you to do that. Grow your coins. How about we'll leave it there? Have a good day.